hello everybody. This is Success with Bob Mwiti Live. You can see a few people are joining. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Until I see my Redeemer, until I see the man who died for me, I will never lose my way, 'cause I'm in the race to my destiny.
Hello everybody. This is Success with Bob Mwiti Live. I can see a few people are tuning in. Thank you so much. Wait up for a few more minutes and then we can start the show today. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Success with Bob Mwiti Live. Today we are going to talk about STEM careers. Alright, we're gonna dissect some few observations that I made just a few weeks ago. Alright, thank you so much everybody for tuning in. And this is Success with Bob Mwiti Live.
I'm in the race to my Father.
Alright, thank you everybody for tuning in. And this is Success with Bob Mwiti Live. I can see a few people have joined in. Thank you so much. I can see Charana. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you for tuning in. Now, I posted something earlier today, and I said I talked about a little bit about the master's program at the University of South Florida, where one of the beneficiaries of our Kenya Airlift program is studying. And we made an observation when I went there to see her. And it seems like as Africans, we are not really taking STEM careers very seriously, all right? And that's really why I wanted to talk about that today, all right? And for those who are following me for the first time, my name is Bob Mwiti. I came to the US as a master's student. I came to the US about 10 years ago, all right? I came here to do my MBA in professional accountancy, and I struggled a lot. For those who don't know my story, I struggled a lot. It took me about 8 good years to finally make it here in the US, okay? Now, I live in Tampa, Florida, here in the US. It's a very beautiful morning here. For those who are wondering, where does this guy live? I live in Tampa City, in the state of Florida, here in the United States of America. Now, I usually have this show to give you information that you are really looking for. You know, if you are out there and you want to come to the US as an international student like I did, and I know you have a lot of questions out there, okay? And that's really why I have this show to give you that information that you are looking for. Also, if you are out there and you want to get into the tech industry, all right? If you're out there and you want to get into the tech industry, I usually have this show to give you that information about what really happens in the tech industry, the opportunities that are there, and stuff like that, all right? I've told you guys, I came here to study my MBA. I had a Bachelor of Commerce degree in accounting and finance from Kenya. But when I came to the US, I couldn't find a good job, guys, all right? I couldn't find a really good job, and that's why I switched to IT. I switched to technology, IT career, in order for me to get a very good job, and also immigration papers, guys, all right? I know a lot of people out there, when you're out there back in your country, maybe somewhere in Africa, in Kenya, wherever you are, there are some of the things that you normally don't know. Stuff to do with immigration papers, all right? When you get here in the US, all right? How do you transition? Let's say, for example, you come here as a student. How do you transition from a student to a skilled worker? And how can you be able to work here permanently? All right, like currently I work here as a permanent resident, and I was able to get my immigration papers, basically the papers, the immigration documents, to work here through employment. Okay, and one of the major problems that a lot of people who come to the US have is immigration documents, papers, guys, papers to work here. All right, when you come as a student, just you're coming to school, you're not coming to work here, but after you are done with the school, what happens? How do you transition to work here in the US and work legally? Okay, because if you are not working legally, then you don't really work in a very good job. Mostly if you're working under the table, those are not usually good jobs. You are talking about jobs that are paying you really, really well. Well, probably maybe you are getting paid like 6-figure salary per year. All right? 6-figure salary, it means you are making about $10,000 a month. It's very, very possible, guys. All right, you have to understand this, because sometimes we are very satisfied with making like very little money. Okay, we don't look at the bigger picture. Okay, it's very, very possible for you to make good money as long as you have the right education, you have the right skills, and also you have the right immigration papers to work and live here in the United States of America. Okay, now without not going too deep into other things, I want to handle the issue of STEM careers. Now, one of our students who came here through the Kenya Airlift program, she's studying Master of Business Analytics and Information Systems at the University of South Florida. In that program, they have about 20 students. In that program, they have about 20 students who are taking the program this spring. And out of those 20 students, close to 90%, probably about 80%, they are Indians. Basically meaning over 15 students in that class, they are Indians. All right? They are Indian students in that class. About 15, 16, about there. And the only African student, it's her. Just her. One student. Okay? She's the only one who is taking that program. Now, even Americans themselves, they have she was telling me they have about 2 American students in the class. Now, the reason why I want to talk about this is this, because you see, one of the problems that we have here in the US, mostly African immigrants, is because we don't really get paid well. We have the brains, but we don't get paid well. And the reason is because we don't really pursue those careers that pay well. Okay, you'll see that, in fact, if you get into the tech industry here in America, if you work in the tech industry here in America, you'll find out that most of the people who work in the tech industry, it's Indians. Majority of our Africans, we don't work in the tech industry. We mostly work in healthcare. All right. If you come here as an international student, most of your friends will tell you, hey, you know what? Maybe you should change to nursing. Okay, that's what most of the people, they get advice. Change into nursing, all right? But nursing, it's not for everybody. Nursing, it's not for everybody, okay? There's a lot of good careers out there in the STEM industry. Science, technology, engineering, mathematics, those careers, okay? There's a lot of jobs out there, okay? They are well paying. They are very, very well paying. And I don't know why we don't embrace STEM careers. For some reason, we don't. Okay? Because even in our Kenya Airlift program, the kind of student, I get a lot of students with A plane, A minus, B pluses, because even that Kenya Airlift program, we require someone to have at least a B plus for them to join our program. These are students who did their undergrad in Kenya, and yet they didn't even do anything to do with, information technology. Most of them, business, Bachelor of Arts degree. And these are brilliant people. These are brilliant students, So, we are not, I don't know, for some reason, I don't know, maybe it's lack of advice that we get, because there's a lot of demand for people with STEM skills. There's a lot of demand out there, whether you're in Kenya, whether you're in somewhere in Europe, whether you're in Australia, whether you're here in America, there's a lot of demand for people with STEM skills. All right, like for example in IT, okay, there's a lot of demand, I'm telling you guys, because even the Americans themselves, they don't have those skills. So see, if you look at that program that we've talked about for University of South Florida, the master's program, it's only like 2 American students in that class. Meaning also the Americans, they are not embracing that a lot. Not many Americans have these skills. All right, and that's why when you are in the tech industry, it's very easy for you to get a job. Very easy for you to get a job. In fact, actually, when I was looking at the website for University of South Florida for that specific program, they say that 70% of the students who go through that program, they report as having gotten a good job that pays them between about $70,000 per year. 70%, guys. All right. So I don't understand why we don't really pursue these careers, even those who are smart. Even those who are smart. We come here as Africans, we are smart and all that, but we don't even know what kind of good careers are out there. I mean, which programs are good for us to take so that we can actually be able to get good jobs and immigration papers. Okay? Like I told you guys, I came here for my MBA. All right? I didn't know anything else other than I was just coming to do MBA. I didn't even know anything about STEM careers. All right, I didn't know like I could get into the tech industry. I didn't know that if I get into the tech industry, I would have high chances of getting a good job and immigration papers, getting a green card. I didn't know anything about that. And I think this is the problem that we are having with our African students. Okay, most of us, when you are back there, we have no idea what other alternatives are there. How can you make good money here in the US, and how can you be able to get papers through employment here in the US? I've told you guys, like here in the US government gives 140,000 employment-based green cards every year. And out of those 140,000, they are divided across all the countries. And each country gets about 9,800. Guess what? How many Africans get those employment-based green cards? Very, very few. Very, very few. Because the Africans who are here, they don't have the skills. They don't have the skills for these jobs that gives you immigration papers. All right, I've told you, when I came here and I was doing my MBA, I couldn't find a job. I had an MBA, I had a Bachelor of Commerce degree in accounting from Kenya, accounting and finance from Kenya. Then I came here, I did my MBA. I could not find a very good job. Okay? The jobs that I was getting were paying me $10, $15 maximum. That's it. And that's really what a lot of our people do here. They go for those low-paying jobs, and yet we have the and yet you have the brains. We come here as brilliant students to America, okay, to study. But once we graduate, we are not able to figure out which good paying jobs are out there where we can actually get the jobs and also get the immigration papers. All right. So you guys, when you are back home, okay, think. If you are smart, I always say this. If you are smart, choose a STEM degree. If you're smart, because also these STEM degrees, they're not for everybody. But I see a lot of our people who come here, we are smart people. We have the brains, we can do these things. It's only that a lot of people, they don't know anything about these things. They don't know. You know, they just take any kind of degree back home. They don't know whether that degree will give them any good job here in America, or whether that degree will give them the immigration papers. And then you come here and you start struggling. You don't have a good job, and also you don't have the papers. Guys, if you don't get the papers here, if you don't have a green card, if you don't have a H-1B visa, you can't work. Even if you work, you can't work a very good job. Okay, even if, for example, even if you have the skills, maybe you have like, you have like systems analyst skills, and you don't have the right papers, you cannot go and work in corporate America. It will be almost be impossible. Okay, so that's why you find a lot of our people, we have the brains, we are so smart, we come here, but because we also lack the papers, we can't do a good job. We can't make some good money. And as you see, these Asians, they have the skills, okay, because they get all those skills even when they are back home. Okay, most of them, when they come here to do their master's programs, they've already done like Bachelor of, computer science, engineering back home. Most Indians that I've worked with a lot of Indians, because in this tech industry, you'll find it's mostly Indians. Most of them, They have Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Computer Science degree from back in India, engineering, those kind of degrees. And then yet, when they come here, even if they are doing an MBA, they already have a STEM degree. But also, most of them, they will also come here and do a STEM program when they are here in the US. The reason is because even with the STEM program, okay, with the STEM program, they're gonna be able to get 3 years of work authorization. Chloe, can you go back, please? I have my kid here. She's trying to disturb me. Okay, she won't leave. Anyways, so when you come with a STEM, when you come here and do a STEM program, okay, when you come here and do a STEM program, you are more like you are likely to get 3 years of work authorization. First of all, you get 1 year of work authorization after you graduate, okay, and then after that, if you are able to find an employer who is E-verified, you can get a further 2 years. So a maximum of 3 years of work authorization, which is very, very important if you're really an international student who want to stay here long term. Because what that means is you have enough time to find an employer who can be able to file for your papers to work here. All right, guys, for you to work here in America, for you to work here in the US, you have to find an employer who is willing to sponsor you. You cannot just work like that. You have to find an employer who is willing to sponsor you. All right? So, let's say, for example, if you don't have a STEM degree and you just get 1 year of work authorization after you graduate and you are not able to find an employer, then what happens? You have to find a way of staying here. All right? If you want to stay here. And the only other way that you can stay here legally is for you to go back to school. Okay, it's for you to go back to school. So it's very, very important that you really understand these things, guys. Don't come here and start struggling to find employers, struggling to get good job, struggling to find, papers. Okay, it's very, 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 very important that you understand these things back home. If you're really smart, I'm telling you guys, because STEM programs, they're not for anybody out there. Okay, I know it's not for anybody, but if you are good, if you are smart, please take a STEM degree. Okay, and I would encourage a lot of people to try the tech industry. Chloe, please. I'll advise a lot of people out there to get into the tech industry, guys, because I know the kind of opportunities that are there, okay, in the tech industry. All right, because in the tech industry, you can be able to get a good job. And also, you can be able to get your permanent residency, your green card. Okay, I came here as a student. I struggled, but I was able to get into the tech industry, okay, and get a good job as a systems analyst. And also, I was able to get my papers. I started off with the H-1B, and then after that, I got my employment-based green card. Okay, it's possible. And I'm gonna tell you guys, a lot of people here, they struggle with papers because you are back home there, you don't know these things. All you want to know is just to all you know is just you are coming here maybe as a student, but after that most of us they really don't know what happens. Okay, and really that's why I like sharing this kind of information so that you understand what is expected of you. All right, so that you understand what is expected of you. So because if you don't have that information, then you come here and then you start struggling. All right, and that's why I always see these Indians, because here in America, I'm telling you guys, Indians, they are the most paid race. They make a lot. They make a lot more than the Americans. Okay, Indians. Okay, and even if you walk around, let's say for example here in Tampa, Florida, if you go to those nice neighborhoods, who do you see mostly there? It's them. It's them. Those neighborhoods where there are good schools, nice houses, who will you find there? It's those Indians. It's Asians. Why? Because they have good jobs. And how do they get good jobs? Because they get into good careers. They get into good careers. I've seen some of our top students, KCSE top students from Kenya, come here and struggle to get a job. top students going to Ivy League schools. I've dealt with those kind of students making minimum wage after graduation. They came here, they started doing, I don't know, Bachelor of Arts degree, stuff like that. Okay, Bachelor of Arts degree, and they couldn't find a job. They couldn't find a job. Let me turn off this. They couldn't find a job, even though they were in Ivy League schools. Okay, so guys, you can be smart, okay, but if you don't have the right skills, you'll come here and struggle. And this is what I see with a lot of our African immigrants, African students. Okay, they come here, they have the brains. Can you imagine? Top students in KCSE in Kenya. They come here, Ivy League schools. Ivy League schools, I'm telling you, I've seen this here. I'm an employer. I see these things every single day. People come to me almost every day. Ivy League school people, okay, top students in Kenya, and they cannot be able to find a good job here because they don't have the skills. They don't have the skills. No one told them, hey, you know what? You should pick this course because this will give you a better chance. Once you graduate, you can be able to get a good job and you can get papers through employment. Papers through employment. It's very, very possible. You don't have to struggle, looking for other ways of getting papers. You can get papers through employment if you have the brains. That's what you need to know. Because these visas are given by the US government. I've told you, 9,800 for each and every country out of 140,000 every year. Employment-based green card. A lot of our people, they don't even know these things. They are given. They are given to us, those people with the skills, those people who are smart. Because the US government, they want those people to be here. Okay, so you guys, when you are back home and you're smart, please think, which course are you coming to do here in the US? Will it give you the jobs that you want? Will that course give you, the papers? Because if you really want to stay here long term, you can't just stay like that. Okay, guys, you can't. You can't just stay like that. You have to find, you have to find a good job. You have to find an employer who will be willing to sponsor you. No employer will sponsor you if you don't have the right skills. I'm telling you. Okay? And another thing, even as you do your degree, remember, it's not just about also the degree. It's all about the skills. Complement your degree also. Complement your degree. Complement your degree. Because if you just have a degree, those are mostly like academic skills, yeah? If you have other skills also, if you get trained on other things, all right, which, complement what you have as a degree, then you are more likely to be hired, all right? And this is what most Asians do, all right? So they come here, they go to school, yes, but they get trained on other job-specific skills. They get trained on other job-specific skills. And that's how they get these good jobs. Alright? Because even like for me, if I really didn't get trained on job-specific skills as an Oracle consultant, there's no way that I would have worked in the tech industry. Okay? There's no way that I would have worked in the tech industry. I'm telling you. It's because I was trained on those job-specific tech skills. Okay? Alright, so if you're out there and you really want to come to the US, don't just pick any course, just like that. Think what will happen after you graduate. Okay, what will happen after you graduate from college? How will you find the jobs? Okay, do you have job skills? Or you are just having academic, skills? Academic skills won't take you anywhere. You need to complement your academic skills. You need to have those job-specific skills, especially if you are in IT industry. There's a lot of trainings out there on the internet. You don't need to go anywhere. On the internet, okay, on the internet, you just get trained. Okay, choose something specific. What you want to do. What do you want to do with your life once you graduate from here in America? What do you want? Do you want to go back home? After spending so much, you know how much it costs to study here in the US? For a master's program, you're going to spend about $50,000 to finish 2 years. All right? $50,000. Do you want to spend that money, go back home, and you have nothing, and go again, start struggling? Because a lot of people who come here to study, they want better opportunities here. Okay, so you spend 50,000 in America, and then that's it. You go back because you are not able to find a job, and it's all because you didn't know about these things, and that's why I give all this information. You stop screaming, and because that's fine, and it's because because people struggle because of lack of information. All right. So you guys, okay, Chloe, you go. You're disturbing me today now. You go. Go. Thank you. Bye. So you guys, okay, please. All right, think. Before you get here, think about all those things. Okay, don't come blindly, because I see this a lot. People come here, they struggle. Oh, I don't have this. And another thing also, I always see people they come here. Okay, they don't even have most of the time they will be like, okay, I have school fees for just one semester. After that, I don't know. They don't even know how they're gonna pay for their school fees after one semester. Okay, I always say this: if you are very serious candidate, if you are very serious international student. Okay, I know a lot of us out there, we may not have that $50,000 to come and study here, but you can have the money to study for 1 semester, 2 semesters, yes, but you also need to know how are you gonna pay for your education after that 1 semester. Why do you come here blindly? Okay, you cannot work and pay for the schools. It's not enough. When you are here working as a student, it's just you get paid minimum wage. And you can only work up to 20 hours a week. Then after that, what will happen? You can be in a very nice STEM program, right? You know your parents, they gave you money for 1 semester. Then you came here blindly. And then after 1 semester, you don't even have money to pay for the rest of the other remaining semesters to study here. What's going to happen? You're going to drop out of school. And if you drop out of school, then you are here illegally. You can be deported. Guys, you need to think about these things. Don't just come here, because I see this a lot. I'm telling you, every single time I see people struggling here who came as students. Oh, Bob, how do I now pay for school fees? Okay, you don't have to have all the money, by the way. You don't have to have all the money. There's unsecured international student loans that you can take. Okay, and let me tell you this. With unsecured international student loans, they only give those kind of loans to those students that they know they have a higher chance of getting a job here in the US. Because these are unsecured student loans. These you don't have to have any collateral. You get that loan even when you are back in your country. Okay, but let me tell you this. If you come here to do an MBA like I came to do, and you are going looking for that kind of a loan, they won't give you. Because an MBA, anywhere everybody has an MBA is for everybody. And that's what a lot of our students come to do here. They won't give you the loan. You need to take a degree that will give you a higher chance of getting a job. This is what these lenders look at. Your probability of getting a job. How do they evaluate you on that? You have to have a very good course that you are coming to study. Okay, like for example, Master of Business Analytics and Information Systems, the one that we have in our Airlift program, that's a very good course. And that course, that's why it's for only 20 students in a class. If you go to an MBA class, you're going to find it's like 100 students. Why? Because MBA, it's easy. And what does that mean? If it's easy, it's also very hard to get a job with an MBA. That's the truth. That's the truth. This course that you see only 20 students in that course, that's the course that you need to take if you're smart. That's the one that you should choose if you really want to get a job here, and also if you want to get the financing for those loans. Because they won't give you the loan if you have an MBA. They won't. If you are taking an MBA, they won't give you that because they know MBA for everybody out there. Guys, you need to know these things, guys. Don't just go blindly. Don't just come here because you just want to come to the US. Just like that. No. Think what's going to happen when you land here. After 1 semester, you have only 1 semester to pay for your school fees. Then what happens? What next? You start struggling. You can't go to school. You are looking for jobs here. The jobs will be paying you minimum wage. Then you drop out of school. If you drop out of school, even if you are smart, even if you are an A student back home, you will never do anything here other than working under the table. I'm gonna tell you the truth. You will be working under the table in America, and yet you had an airplane back in Kenya. You cannot work in corporate America. You can't. You can't, because you don't have the right papers. You're gonna be working somewhere, maybe in a nursing home, maybe someone, maybe a Kenyan, maybe someone as employed, or, you know, those kind of jobs where you don't get paid good money. Guys, I'm not talking about getting paid like $20. No, that's not good money. If you are a very ambitious person, we need to be ambitious people. Don't get satisfied, you know, of these little, you know, jobs that pays you so little. Okay, if you have the brains, if you are smart from back home, don't come here and start struggling. You know, getting paid $20, you know, $15, and you're very okay with that. And yet you have the brains. Guys, come on. People are making money. Me, I've worked with Asians, Indians, making $200 an hour in the same project, in the same job. $200 an hour. $200 an hour. You know, if I say things like this, people will think I'm crazy. I'm not. It's because in the tech industry, people make that kind of money. I'm telling you guys, people make $200,000 per year easily. Easily. Making $100 an hour, if you have very good experience, that's nothing in the tech industry. That's nothing. That's nothing. And yet, our people are struggling. People with the brains. I'm telling you guys, smart people, those who are top students in Kenya, they come here, they struggle. They struggle. They can't get good jobs because they don't have the right skills. No one told them what they need to do. I've shared this before, guys. Like, when I used to work as a consultant, I used to have a lot of Indian friends. Okay, one day we were just drinking, you know, with my buddy. You know, I asked him, "Hey, bro, did you know that you'd be doing this kind of a job?" I used to work as a systems analyst. All right, you know, and of course, not many Kenyans, not many Africans in that sector. So most of my friends, Indians. So I asked him, not even Americans, Indians. I'm telling you guys, Indians. You go to the tech industry, 90% Indians. All right? Now, I asked him, like, bro, did you know that you would be working as a systems analyst? Did you know before you came to America? You came to the US as a student, okay? Did you know that you will be doing this kind of job that we do today? Guess what he told me? He told me, yes, I knew this is what I'll be doing. When I was in India, before I even started the whole process of coming as a student to America, I knew that I would be a consultant, making good money. Okay, making good money. By the way, Indians, $100,000 a year, it's nothing to them. Seriously. Seriously, I've been with them for a long time. I know their mindset. You see someone making $100,000, they want to make more. They want to make more. $100,000 a year, that's nothing to them. Go to us Africans. Huh? You see someone making like that kind of money, they won't even talk to you. I'm telling you, they won't talk to you. They'll start, you know, having an attitude, oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you, in this country, even talk to someone who just got a green card and you don't have the papers. These are things that people don't tell you guys when you're out there. Someone just got a green card, they don't even want to talk to you. They're in another class. They just got a green card. Come on, guys, green card you can even get it through employment. And this is how these guys, they get those papers, through employment. Okay? You find someone making 100,000, they don't even want to talk to you. But these Indians, these Asians, 100,000, that's nothing. Their median household income is over 100,000. Median household income of Asians, Indians specifically, 100,000. For Americans, it's about 60,000. Huh? We need to change our mindset. If we really want to be successful, we have to compete with the rest, not compete with ourselves, because that's what we normally do. That's what we normally do. I see that a lot. I've helped a lot of people get jobs, and they don't even tell their own family friends that they got jobs. They don't even tell them how they got the job. Can you believe that? We are always competing among ourselves. Compete with people ahead of you. Look at these other races. Indians, Jews. Look at them. Where are they? Okay? You get someone a good job, they won't even tell the other people how they got those jobs. They will not tell them. They'll keep quiet. They won't tell them what you have to do, what kind of skills that you have to do for you to get a very good job. I've helped a lot of people and they don't tell them how they got those good jobs. They don't. Look at the Asians. Very close. Very networked. If you go to the tech industry, because also tech industry is very, very tough. Okay? They help each other. Behind the scenes, they are helping each other out. As for any African who is out there who is working, they won't even tell you, they won't even help you. I'm telling you, they won't. They won't. I usually have this kind of conversation to give you guys every information that you need to have. You can take it if you want. If you don't want, that's fine. Okay? Because also a lot of our people, they don't take, you can give them all kinds of information. They will have all the information, but they'll do nothing with the information. Nothing. Nothing. They'll sit on it. Okay? I give this information for free. Okay? I got into the tech industry, became successful working as a consultant because someone told me, and not an African, not a Kenyan. No. Not a Kenyan. Indians. Asians. They are the ones who told me what I needed to do, which skills I needed to get for me to get to where I wanted to be. I share this information because a lot of people out there, they don't want to share the information. Okay? They don't want to share. And even if someone gives you the information, forget about it. He just talks. We need to change our mindset. We need to change our mindset. Okay? If you're out there, I've said again and again and again, go out there, do a degree that will give you a job. And on top of that degree, get some job-specific skills that will complement your academic skills, and you will get a job. You'll get a job, and you'll get a well-paying job, and we are talking about 100,000 plus. Let's not get satisfied with making very little. Okay? Especially if you have if you have the brains. Okay? If you came here, man, and you really did, you had a very good education here. Okay, you did maybe, let's say for example, Master of Science in Business Analytics and Information Systems. I'd be very pissed if I saw someone like that working minimum wage jobs. Really. To be honest. Because, seriously, like how can you do that kind of a job? I mean, how can you do that kind of a degree and then end up not doing, very good jobs? Okay, so, think when you're out there. Please don't just come to America just because you want to. Okay, just because everybody is saying America is a land of opportunity. There's everything in America. There's not everything in America. There's a lot of opportunities here, but you have to figure out how to get those opportunities. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You come here and you just stay like that without thinking. I'm telling you, you're gonna go back with nothing. Nothing. Zero. Nada. Zero. You have to think. Compare yourself with these other immigrants, especially Asians, Indians, Chinese. What are they doing? What are they doing? Especially, STEM careers. Very, very important, guys. If you're smart, do that. All right? I can see a lot of people are commenting. Thank you so much for engaging in this. If you have any questions, just put there. I will respond after this show. Okay? But seriously, we need to change our mindset. We really need to change our mindset. Okay? Our mindset. You also need to be helping each other. Okay? Give that information to someone else. Tell them what they need to do. Okay, don't be successful alone, because that's what a lot of people do here. A lot of our people, I'm telling you, they want to be the ones driving nice cars, living in nice homes, Yeah, that's what most of us want. Okay, but Indians, look at them. Chinese, look at them. Jews, look at them. They are always together. I'm telling you, I was even telling these students who just came to do our program the other day, right? I told them, look, even in your school where you are studying, one is at Illinois State, the other one is at University of South Florida, the other one is at Indiana University of Pennsylvania. I told them, look at those Indian students. They are always together. Look at them closely. Look at what they are doing. They are always working together, always doing something together, always. They are telling each other what they need to do. They know. They started the school, or they know already what they're gonna be. They know. I'm telling you guys, employment-based green cards, they are there, but most of our people, we don't even know they exist. We don't even know how to get them. Okay, for an employment-based green card, it takes only 18 months to get one. 18, ask me, I got it. 18 months only. 18 months. 18 months. And all you need is just like 1 year, 2 years of work experience. And with a STEM degree, because it gives you 3 years of work authorization, you can actually apply for an employment-based green card. Straight. Immediately. Okay, and after like 6 months, after about 12 months, you already have an EAD waiting for your green card. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to struggle. No one will tell you these things. No one. People here, they will never share any information. They won't. That's what I've seen with Africans. Most of them, they won't. They will never share with you. They will never. But look at those Indians, look at those Chinese, look at those Jewish people. They are always sharing information among themselves. They want to help each other. They really do. They really do. And that's why they are so successful. Look at where they live. The best neighborhoods. If I go here in Tampa, the best neighborhoods with the best schools, it's them who live there. And of course, white Americans. Yes. They are the ones who live there. If you go like these $1 million houses, $500,000 houses, who lives there? It's them. It's them. You would find a lot of our people living there. That's the truth. We can't afford because we are not in the right careers. You know, we can't. We can't. Don't compete with your people, with yourselves, right? Compete with other races. What are they doing? Especially these other immigrants. They come to America like us. But yet they are doing so well. You know? Don't compete with the rest. For example, you don't have to just do nursing. If you're bright, go and become a doctor. Make more. Make more. Because nursing is very tough also. Very, very tough. It's a very tough course. If you can do nursing, you can become a doctor too. How many Indians will see them being nurses? Not many. But how many will you see as doctors? Go to those hospitals. Who are the doctors there? Indians. They challenge themselves. They may be smart, yes, but also those Kenyans who come to this country, we are also very, very smart. Very smart. We are smart people. I see this all the time. I get all these credentials every single day, academic credentials of Kenyans. Master's degrees, everything. Smart people. You know? Smart people. We come here as smart people. Most of us who come here to America, we came as students. You can't just come as a student if you don't have the right qualifications as a student. Alright? So challenge yourself with the rest of the people. If you are looking for lawyers, most lawyers here, majority, Asians, Indians. Why? Because that's where the money is. If you go to the tech industry, IT department, who are implementing those projects? 90% Asians. 90% Asians, not even Americans. 90% Asians. Why? Because that's where the money is. They know where the money is. These are the skills that has money. This is how you can get papers. You can't get papers through employment if you have a $15 job. No, even a $20 job won't give you papers. You have to understand these things. Okay, because those jobs, any other American can do the job. You need to have a skill that Americans don't have. If you want to do well in the tech industry, okay, or if you want to get papers through employment, you have to have a skill that most of Americans don't have. And in the tech industry, most of them, they are not there. That's why I told you guys, like in that master's program at USF, the one that one of our students is taking, that program, 90% Indians, only few Americans have. Are in that class. That tells you that not many Americans are taking these kind of courses also. And that creates a need for people with these kind of skills. Business analyst, systems analyst, data analysts, okay, robotics process automation consultants, stuff like that. Americans, they don't have those skills. So if you get them, you are more likely to get a very good job and get immigration papers through employment. Guys, all right? You're gonna be able to get immigration papers through employment. It's very, very possible. Very, very possible. Because the US government gives those 140,000 that I've told you about, they divide it among all the countries. Each country gets about 9,800 employment-based green cards. Guess what? Because there's so many Indians who are looking for these employment-based green cards, it's not even enough for them. So normally they end up taking our own quota. Our quota, what we've been assigned. They take them. And still it's not enough. Still it's not enough. No, like for Indians, for them to get an employment-based green card, it takes them at least 15 years. At least 15 years. Because for you to get an employment-based green card, that visa has to be available. Okay, now, right now, Indians who are getting green cards, they are the ones who applied about 2004. In 2004. They are getting the employment-based green card now. But normally, what normally happens is once you get your H-1B visa, which I've talked a lot before, you can keep on, renewing. That's what they normally do. Okay, and then after those 15 years, then you'll be able to get your employment-based green card. But guess what? With us, Africans, I got my employment-based green card within 18 months. Because we don't have many Africans who are looking for these papers. These employment-based green cards. So, whatever we are given by the US government, 9,800, out of those 9,800, I think maybe less than 100 Kenyans every year get them. So the rest is, we don't use them. So they go to Indians. And they are not even enough for Indians. That's why Indians, it takes them 15 years to get papers through employment. It takes them 15 years. We are so lucky. We can get those papers within 18 months. All right? So we have those advantages, but we don't even know about them. We don't know. We don't know. There's a lot of Indians out there who are my friends. They wish they had my nationality to get a green card within a few months. Believe me. Huh? They are still on H-1B because when you're on H-1B, you keep on renewing every time, right? And you have to be stuck with one employer. It's very inconveniencing. There's not much that you can do. You can't even start your own. You can start a business, but you can't really even run it, actively. Right? That's why even my company, I couldn't start my company when I was on H-1B visa. I had to wait until I got my employment-based green card so that now I can be able to run the business actively. Otherwise, even if I started the company on H-1B, there's no way that I could work for my company and then work for my employer at the same time. You're not allowed to do that. So you have a very big advantage when you get when you get a green card. Okay, so the Asians, it takes them 15 years, guys, to get those papers. And yet us, 18 months only. And yet, none of us is taking them. Not even one person. Very few. If I would say, very few people take advantage of that. All right. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you next time. Goodbye.